Hey, good Friday evening, everyone. It is the Friday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks, the Valley's most in-depth weather video. I took the day off from this yesterday because I've been getting over this bronchitis or cold or whatever I had, and it's hard to talk for more than a minute at a time, but it is getting better finally. So let's take a look at the weather this evening as we head into the weekend. Of course, not much going on locally. The radar is quiet this evening. A couple of showers up in southeast Canada. Most of the action, no surprise, out west. Pretty blockbuster storm out here, producing rain all the way down into Southern California this evening. This is good news for them. They don't want too much at one time, with the mudslides and flooding problems that they're prone to out there. But in general, the rain and the mountain snow is a good thing for them out west. So that's where all the action is this evening. As we take a look at our high-resolution futurecast model, the atmosphere is going to start to moisten up as we go through the night tonight. And you're going to notice a little bit of green starting to pop up on the future radar here as we head into the overnight tonight. Now, a lot of times this model overdoes it a little bit, and I suspect it's overdoing it a little this time as well. But I do think that there could be a sprinkle or some patchy drizzle here and there late tonight after midnight. And this will be kind of the case tomorrow as well. A lot of the day is just going to be cloudy and uneventful. Occasionally, it can try to spit rain a little bit as we head into the first half of the weekend. So let's take a look at things here. Again, this is the RPM model I'm showing you here. This is what we call our in-house model, showing a little bit of rain later on tonight. As we get into the daylight hours on Saturday, occasionally a little green blob will drift by here, and that means a touch of drizzle, a sprinkle, touch of light rain. That is about it. The bigger story, of course, is the temperatures. Already by noon tomorrow, we're pushing 60. The record's 60 tomorrow. I think that'll be eclipsed pretty early in the afternoon. Our forecast is for 63 or 64 tomorrow afternoon. I think that's a pretty good forecast at this point. You're not going to see much sun, though, tomorrow. And again, might need to flip on the wipers a couple of times for our Saturday. All right, back to the current weather. Temperatures look like this. 53 right now in Youngstown at 7:15 p.m., 54 Pittsburgh, 55 in Cleveland. Really doesn't feel like December out there this evening, and we're not alone. Look at all the warmth down across the southern tier of states right now. It's 72 in Dallas, 75 in Houston, and even by Houston standards, that is warm stuff for this time of the year. The cold air is out west in the Rockies and heading up into parts of Canada as well. We flip on the Canadian temperatures here. Always fun to take a look at the Arctic Circle. Baker Lake, 24 below this evening. Arctic Bay, 23 below. Resolute at minus 29. That's where the true Arctic air is. All right, as far as the records this weekend, we'll break them both days. Record both days is 60. And interestingly enough, on Monday, despite it being a windy, rainy start to the day, especially in the morning, it's still going to be very warm. We might reach a morning or midday high near the record of 62 on Monday. So 3 straight days where the records will either be broken or they're a little bit in jeopardy coming up. Here's the list of all-time warmest December days in Youngstown. This includes the warmest Christmas on record, 1982. And interestingly, you look at this list, and 1982 makes up half of this list. 5 of the 10 warmest December days on record in Youngstown occurred in December of 1982. And yes, indeed, that was a very strong El Nino winter that winter. So December, was pretty remarkable. The all-time record of 76, that's safe. We're not going to break that this weekend, but we could get into the upper 60s, even pushing 70. So, we might insert December 13th of 2015 somewhere in the top half of this list at the end of the weekend. And I noted on social media earlier today that 1 year after having the warmest Christmas on record in 1982, in 1983, we had the coldest Christmas on record here in Youngstown. The high that day was 1 above. So back-to-back remarkable Christmases back in the early 80s. All right, I'll skip past tomorrow. I've already talked about that. Sunday, that's our warm day with a strong south flow, bringing in the spring fever on Sunday. Pardon me. A lot of people will be out in shorts walking the dog on Sunday. Just amazing. All right, here's our system coming our way then for Monday. This is going to be rain. It'll start probably around daybreak. A wet morning, and I think there could be a rumble of thunder trying to mix in here Monday morning. And notice our isobars are packed pretty close together, so it's going to be a windy day on Monday. Notice the front coming through at about midday. That'll probably be our warmest point, and then temperatures will start to drop in the afternoon on Monday. Speaking of the winds, here's a look at Futurecast. This is based off the NAM model. showing 43 mile per hour gust late in the day on Monday. I think the windiest part of the day will be after the rain exits, and the atmosphere can get mixed up a little bit more efficiently. Could be pushing 50 mile per hour gusts out in north central Ohio. There could be some high wind warnings out in northwest and northern Ohio. I think it's probably a wind advisory kind of a day for most of the Mahoning and Shenango Valley coming up on Monday. All right, as far as the longer range goes, behind that system, here's our Monday system. Behind it, yes, it's going to cool off, but I mean only somewhat. It's only back to the 50s for highs, still way above average Tuesday and into Wednesday. Tuesday can start with clouds, as you can see here at 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, and then I think the sun tries to break out in the afternoon on Tuesday. Wednesday at this point looks like a pretty uneventful day. There's going to be a low-pressure system moving through the northern Great Lakes. No big deal for us. What is a bigger deal is the pattern is going to start evolving as we head towards the end of next week into kind of a more traditional December pattern, at least for a short time. So here's next Friday, a week from today. Let me zoom out. What you've got going on here is a high-pressure zone down here. If I can draw, there we go. And a nice northwest flow coming in off the lakes. I think there'll be some lake effect snow showers a week from today on Friday. Not sure yet if it accumulates at all in our viewing area, but certainly up in the snow belts there could be some. So a true taste of December on Friday. Does it stick around though? Probably not. I do think that things are going to start changing again as we go into the following weekend and closer to Christmas. Let's look at the jet stream. Let me put a pause on this. So as we head towards the end of next week, here is this would be next Thursday right here. You have a trough moving across the middle of the country, and then by next Friday, this starts to migrate over the Great Lakes. There you go. So here we are next Friday, the 18th, right here. You've got a trough over the Great Lakes, and so it's going to be chilly. It's not going to be bone-chilling cold, but it'll feel like December finally. But then what happens? Does it stick around? And I don't think the answer is yes. So if you're hoping for a white Christmas, not liking the odds because that trough is transient. It keeps moving. And so by the 19th and 20th and into the 21st, look at the pattern across the lower 48 states. There's no trough over the Great Lakes and Northeast, so it's not going to be cold in the run-up to Christmas, I think. And the climate model bears that out. I was talking earlier this week that the climate models were sort of hinting that the week between Christmas and New Year's might be coldish, but they're really backing off that idea. Now, this covers the 21st through the 26th, the 5-day period. So taking us through Christmas, there's a lot of red on this map. It's going to be a warmer than average period, it's looking like at this point, for the few days before Christmas, around Christmas, and then after Christmas, does it cool off some? It might, but I don't think it cools off as much as previous runs of the climate model were showing. All right, thank you for watching the Friday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you have a good weekend. I hope to see some of you at Eastwood Mall tomorrow for the Project Feed Our Valley holiday concerts. Dana, Leslie, Derek, and myself will be there from noon to 4. So hope to see some of you there. It's always a great show. Amazing musicians and choirs at area schools throughout the valley. So we'll see you there tomorrow afternoon. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.